Alright, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, which is spiritually Saddam and Egypt in the scriptures. But first and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders at GMS and the Akim pushing this word of truth and its sincerity. So, yeah, we're going to go into Jacob and Esau, the story of Jacob and Esau, because that's mainly what this is about. It's about the righteous and the wicked, you know?
This is Genesis 25. Genesis chapter 25, verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and
So she had twins. So when it says the children struggled together within her, that means she had twins, which was Jacob and Esau, and they were constantly fighting, even in the womb.
And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of Yahweh, and Yahweh said unto her, "Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from my bowels."
Yeah, two nations, two separate people. Even though they're brothers, it was two separate nations, which is Esau and Jacob.
It says, Sirach 33:10, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. And much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified, and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed, and brought low, and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh them best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Yes, yeah, so the Lord made everything. He made the righteous and the wicked. You know how everything in the potter's hand. You know, he creates everything. He made the righteous and the wicked. So he created Esau to be wicked and Jacob to be righteous.
Okay, back in Genesis 25 and 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out, red all over, like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Yeah, that was Esau. He came out red all over because he was he had what's that? Leprosy. Yeah, what? He had leprosy, so he came out red all over like a hairy garment because his skin was translucent. You could see their blood, you know, and that's a sign of Esau. Now it's not all so-called white people, because there's Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations, but they're Israelites.
Got a precept. This is Numbers 12 and Numbers 12 and 6. And he said, "Hear now my words, if there be a prophet among you. I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then ye were not afraid to speak against my servant Moses. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against him, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Yeah, so right there, it's talking about leprosy, and it's a curse. It's a curse put on people by the Most High. You know,
Genesis 25 and 25 again. And the verse came out red all over, like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Yeah, so that's Jacob and Esau constantly fighting. Even when Esau was born, which he was the older brother of Jacob. Jacob was grabbing his heel, taking hold of his heel, you know, trying to bring him back down. So yeah, go get in Genesis 27 and 28.
This is Genesis 27 and 28. Therefore, Yahweh Bashim shall give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine.
Yeah, that's talking about Jacob's blessing, which that's the blessing that the Lord gave Jacob.
Well, let's just read the story then.
Okay.
So this is Genesis 27 and 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison, and make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless him before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and will fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. And he put the skins of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him and said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed. Therefore, may Yahweh Bashim shall give thee the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that had taken venison, and brought it me, and I have eaten of all that thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed.
So basically, the blessing, his father Jacob, Isaac blessed Jacob with that blessing, because it was written. It's already going to go to Jacob, but in those times it was it would go to the higher, the older brother. But it was already written that the blessing was going to be going to Jacob.
Yeah, this is because it says here, Genesis 25 and 23, the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah, well, one people shall be stronger than the other. That's Jacob. That's Jacob. Because who's the best at all these sports, at anything they do? They're stronger in fighting, boxing. Issachar, actually Mexico holds the most boxing titles in the world. That's Jacob. Judah, they run the NFL. They're the best players. NBA, it's all Jacob. So that's one people being stronger than the other.
This is Genesis 24 or 25 and 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
So Esau had come in from the field, because Esau's a man of the field. He goes hunting. And that's what Esau does. They hunt for sport. That they just put their animal, the animal they killed on the wall. A bear. They'll kill like the rarest animal. They'll go to Africa, kill like a white rhino, just because the harbinger of death. They just like to kill. So when he was coming in from the field, he was hungry and he was faint. So Jacob supplanted him and told him that if you sell me your birthright, then I will feed you with this food, this pork.
Yep. And it says, and Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Yeah, so right there, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, which Jacob is the nation of Israel, from Judah on down to Issachar.
All right, Genesis 27 and 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these two times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
So he said that his blessing was by the sword thou shalt live. And he read again.
This is Genesis 27 and 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live.
So the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. You know, Esau currently at this point runs the world. You know, with the sword, you know, with all this weaponry that he has, missiles, you know, nukes, the gun, anything he turns anything and everything into a weapon. He creates biological weapons. That's his blessing. He's ruling the world with sword by violence.
It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob.
And that's why Esau has a perpetual hatred for Jacob. That's why Jacob getting shot down the streets. You know, everything that Jake tries to do in this society is not you're not able to do anything because Esau's kingdom. Not only that, and the curses, we're under the curses. You know, which all these curses are going to fall upon Esau. We're witnessing it. You know, we're witnessing the downfall of Esau's kingdom, and they're going to start catching pure hell. Hebrews 12 and 16.
We already have that. Boy, he has it, but it's further down.
To Jacob, and this is why Jacob has the blessing from the Lord. We're the chosen people, you know. Esau, Amalek, which are the ones that are in Israel right now. They say they're the chosen people, but they're not. They're false. You know, they're imposters. So, go into the report again.
Hebrews 12 and 16, the word fornicator. And the word fornicator in the Greek.
So yeah, what we're going to go into is, you know, to prove that Esau's the wicked. Esau is the wicked ruler on the earth, and we're just going to bring out precepts to prove that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to just go. Yeah, it's not bringing enough. That's cool. We don't got that.
Yeah. So now Job 30 and 1, brother. Fornicator just means like, you know. Oh, God, slow.
It's Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Yeah, so he sold his birthright. There was no repentance. There was no turning back from that, because he had already sold his birthright. And actually, it's in the Zonderbans, when it talks about Esau Edom, it says the only nation not promised any mercy by the Lord, and that's it.
Well, I'll just add something real quick, because he's the only nation that didn't get the inheritance in the world. Because he was the firstborn, so he was supposed to get the inheritance and the blessing, and since he sold it, that means he had no place in the world no more. So he would eliminate himself from that point on. He was through. This is Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, that's talking about Esau. Esau, because he's wicked. He would have sex with animals, some sick shit. Like they were completely unclean, unrighteous. There's a book, it's called the 13th Tribe, where it talks about like their mannerisms. How disgusting they were. They wouldn't bathe. They would wear their underwear. They wouldn't change their underwear until it disintegrated off their body.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and served his waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Yeah, that's Esau, the border of wickedness. Because everywhere where they lived, it was just wicked. Nobody wanted to go there, because that's the borders of wickedness. And the Lord even said, "For I have loved Jacob, but I hated Esau." So the Lord hates. He's a God of perfect balance. Everybody says God's all love. He's not. He hates.
Yeah, if I may add something. It says that Esau is a border of wickedness, not only wherever they live, but also wherever they go. It talks about the Greeks in the book of Maccabees, and when they came into power, it said that wickedness pretty much expanded, man. Because wherever Esau goes, he spreads his philosophies. He does heinous shit. He sets himself up. He'll take down the rulers. He'll set up a ruler there, and he'll just spread wickedness. Okay, he'll influence his people. Look at what's going on right now in the Middle East. Okay, a lot of them Arab women, they're turning lesbian. They're speaking against their men. They're taking off their royal dainties, putting on slut apparel. Why is that? Because the border of wickedness has reached unto their border, man. It's expanded within their country, man, if you will. Wickedness has gone into their doors. Now, I'm going to say another thing real quick. There was a movie, cartoon when we were young. It was like Nemo, Finding Nemo. Not Finding Nemo. There was a little boy, and he had a little clown being on him. And then they opened up the portals, and all the demons came in. He had to get the king's staff to like blast him. Little ping, yeah, I forget what it was called. But Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on it later, but that's Esau, man. Wherever he goes, wherever he touches, he taints, he spreads his philosophy, his wickedness.
Now they that are younger than I had me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yeah, that's talking about Esau. You know, because they were the original alien on the world. No, like the brother said, no place to live. So they were just living in the you know, in the wilderness. You know, eating juniper.
It says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yeah, eating juniper roots. You know, that was their meat. That's what they ate. You know, because they lived in the wilderness.
It says, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
They were driven forth among men. You know, because everybody knew that these people were wicked. You know, that Esau, that mark. You know, the leprosy. That's these people. You know, the Lord marked them.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, and in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
Yep, in the cliffs of the valley, which the brothers bring out what's the mountain? Mount Seir, God, the water.
Also, Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, the Caucasus Mountains. And those pictures that they show where they just cut into the side of the mountain to build their home, where they live in the cave. The original cave dweller, the original caveman is Esau.
It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together.
Among the bushes they brayed. You know, and braying, that's what a donkey does. A donkey brays. So they're basically like animals. They're braying like, you know,
old caveman movies. That's what they was doing.
Well, black people in America so racist. I just got that.
Yeah, were you there when he said that? He passed? Dude, it was too funny.
Why are black people in America so racist?
It says, they were the children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
They were viler than the earth. The most vile being on the planet is Esau. And he's running the world. That's why everything's all fucked up. That's why this world's all polluted. The ocean, the air, the water, the food. Everything's defiled because this devil's running the world. The most wicked man to ever exist is running the world. That's why everything's all messed up. Trees are dying, you know, nothing's happy, you know, everything is just in a lowest state because this devil's ruling.
It says, and now am I their son, yeah, I am their byword, they abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face.
Go to Job 9:20.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
That's it. The wicked Esau. The earth is given into his hand. By the Lord gave this world into Esau's hand. You know, gave him a certain time to rule until Jacob rises up and gets the blessing, gets the kingdom. You know, but that's why everything's all messed up because Esau's the wicked running the world.
This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy Ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
Yeah, the basis of men. That's Esau. The basis of men. The lowest life form on earth. You know, the most wicked. The most wickedest.
Ready? So Romans 9, and 11, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, and the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Yeah, the elder shall serve the younger. The eldest child was Esau, but he's going to serve Jacob in the kingdom. That's when Jacob's going to be ruling, and Esau's going to be under subjection to Jacob. They're going to be our slaves. We're going to have them in slavery.
Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows it.
So Esau is going to be the end of this current world, and Jacob is going to rise up. Jacob is going to get the inheritance of this world. You know, he's going to run shit, not Esau, and we're going to run it in righteousness. Lord willing, you know, we're a part of that number to be saved, to be delivered. You know, we're going to rule in righteousness because Esau is ruling in wickedness. You know, and that's why everything's all messed up. So rock 20,700.
Ecclesiasticus, aka the book of Sirach, chapter. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Yeah, and we're witnessing that right now. We're seeing the fall of our enemies. We're seeing the fall of Esau's kingdom. You see all these plagues happening in the world. The locust swarm just recently hit Argentina, moving up towards here, hopefully, Lord willing. You know, earthquakes, fires, all kinds of shit happening in the world. This corona thing, you know, the collapse of the economy, all these things are brought upon by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for destruction, for judgment on Esau.
This is Obadiah 1:1. Vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
So this book of Obadiah is talking about the judgment of Esau, the judgment of Edom. You know.
It says, we have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
I have made thee small among the heathen, because Esau has been ruling this world, having all the nations in fear. But now they're going to look at him like this dude's nothing. You know, he's going to become small amongst the heathen.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yeah, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. That's Esau, always prideful. You know, even when he goes to other countries, he'll look down on the people whose country it is. Like he's better than them. like just because he's from here, you know, I'm an American. They walk with a certain pride in other people's country.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, they exalt thyself as the eagle, which what's the symbol for America? The bald eagle, you know. There's also on the back of the dollar, on the money, they have an eagle. So all these are signs that the Most High has set up, you know, for us to see these things, for us to have clues on who Esau is and these other things happening.
If thieves come to thee, and robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah. If thieves come in, will they not leave any grapes? Esau won't. Esau takes everything. He won't leave nothing. He'll come take the grapes. He'll steal the dog. He'll take everything. He doesn't leave nothing for anybody.
Look at these other countries like Korea, France, all these other places. He'll literally take those vines, uproot them, and transplant them here in America and grow different varieties of grapes. The scripture's at you not to mingle other seeds amongst other plants. He'll do that intentionally. And the law, but in the law,
It looked like he was about, you had to grab the wheel hella fast. Oh,
that shit would have flew out.
yeah, all the money plays and just.
And they got flashed like $50. Come on, dog.
Yo, crazy.
Got more of my
Get this
wallet.
money.
Shit.
Man, you crazy, man. We are getting this money.
Yeah, man. This is the real money. Okay, the scriptures say, the Lord bringeth out treasures of
It says in the scripture that he's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold, man. You think a man like that is gonna be more precious than fine gold? That's chaff, man. That's the bramble. That ain't good for nothing to be just to set on fire, man.
Yeah, girl. Okay, the real money is the elect. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven is within us.
These people, you people don't get it, bro. Hey, man, and we're good, man. We're totally good. We don't care, man. You can say whatever you want about us, man, because we are fully persuaded in our mind. All right, we know your end. All right.
What's the nigga gonna do when the economy collapses? That shit ain't worth nothing.
He's gonna wipe his ass with it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna use that shit to
He's gonna
keep
kindle
himself
some,
warm.
kindle some fire, and he don't got enough to really make a big fire with, so he only got a few minutes before his ass freezes to death.
Nigga gonna use that as a rolling paper.
Yep.
This is Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched up? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in the day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mountain of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mountain of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, so everything that Esau has done to the nation of Israel, he's going to be cut off forever. He's going to serve 1,000 years in slavery, and then he's going to be cut off. He's going to be completely eradicated off the face of the earth. Because if they're allowed to survive, all wickedness is going to come back. But he's got to be completely eradicated. That's the only medicine to get this devil out of before he starts infecting people.
In the day that Thou stoodest on the other side in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossroad to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Yes, right there. So how thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. So everything that Esau has done throughout the world is going to be done unto him. You know, and that's a righteous judgment.
Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy belly, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Yeah, there it is. The house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. We're going to take everything that they have, and we're going to get spiritual power. You know, could you read again, buddy?
God. It says, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Yeah, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. You know, the Lord is going to lift us up, you know, to have spiritual power. Anything that you could even think, you could imagine, the Lord is going to give us spiritual powers to be able to do anything we could think of. You know, greater works than Yahweh Shai did. You know.
And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall be not any remaining in the house of Esau, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has spoken it.
Yeah, and the house of Esau for stubble. And when you go into that word stubble, it's chaff, and it means worthless matter. That's going to be Esau, completely worthless matter, just burnt up.
That's it? That was the lesson?
Psalm 75 and 6. 2 more.
I'll get Psalm 75. This Psalm 75 and 6. It says, actually I'm going to start up. I'm going to start at 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another.
Yeah, he put it down one and set up another. You know, he's putting down Esau's kingdom and setting up Jacob. You know, raising us up. You know? And Revelation 12.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down on thee, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but short time.
And that, the reason I brought that out is because Esau's not going to go down without a fight. You know, he sees what's happening, and he's going to come down onto onto the 12 tribes with great wrath. You know, he's going to throw us into concentration camps. You know, try to kill us. You know, he's not going to go down without trying to take these people down. You know, so it's going to be a struggle. You know, but we got to fight to endure. We're going to see a time of trouble that has never been. You know, Jacob's trouble, and what we're seeing now is nothing. It's nothing compared to what's going to happen. So we got to prepare mentally. You know, get these scriptures within us. You know, and serve the Lord as best as we can, to the best of our ability, because only the Lord's going to be able to deliver us in those times.
This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Yeah, the time of Jacob's trouble, a time that has never been. There has never been a time like this on earth, ever. Even Esdras, when he said, "Woe is me, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days?" You know, so great destruction is coming upon this place.
All right, he spoke for 46 minutes. Yep. Take you behind. The brother's first real time speaking with no interruptions. Forgot my face. I'll put it back to the house after this. Hey, go back over to Daniel 4.
And the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it his.
This place sucks, bro. We're out here, you know, to preach the word. Standing out on the street corner. Jake's back hurts, man. My feet hurt.
Walking on stone.
Yep, standing on top of concrete, man. Everything is paved over with concrete. All this, the trees and everything are all encapsulated into concrete. You can see the concrete being all cracked up because the earth is trying to rise up. The earth is trying to break up the ground that we're walking on because it's unnatural. You know, and everything, look, you go into a city and it's just miles and miles of concrete, man. Miles and miles of concrete covering the whole face of the ground with buildings and parking lots and roads and sidewalks. And then there's cars driving up and down the streets all day fucking long, man, just emitting all types of poison and shit. This is this guy's the basis of men, bro. And Esau's such a devil. He knows that he could have built this place using clean energy, man. He knows he could have built this place much better than what it is, man. But he did it like this to be the devil, man. All right. He did it like this to be the devil.
It's Isaiah 14:4. 14:3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor seized, the golden city seized? Yea, how hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers? He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no fowler is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee.
Yeah, you go to look at the endless amounts of paper, man. What is that? That's used from trees. That's just made from trees, man. Endless amounts of paper, bro. Here it is, you're in this digital age where everything is on phones, but this devil's still using fucking endless amounts of paper, bro. He's cutting down the entire fucking Amazon forest and turning it into sheets of paper. So what? So we can write his dumbass 1,000-page fucking legislations?
Ledgers.
Yep, his ledgers. We can fax each other bullshit. Day in and day out, non-stop. And that's what the trees are being fucking destroyed over.
Paper money.
Paper money.
The cardboard for Amazon, the shipping.
Oh yeah, the endless amounts of boxes, fucking plastic. Endless amounts of so much damn plastic that there's islands of it. There's full-on fucking islands that are literally made out of plastic. You got animals in the ocean that are dying because their stomachs are filled with plastic. You got fish that are getting their heads caught in plastic six-pack holders, man. This guy don't give a shit about nothing. He uses the world like a big-ass toilet, man. Alright, that's why he's got to be destroyed. Give Revelation 11 and 18. What you got? You got more?
Yeah, I got hell, and that's why I was like,
Keep going.
hell
And it said in the scriptures, when the Lord gives us rest, the earth is gonna get rest. The earth is gonna be in quietness. You ain't gonna have jets flying over. Here, fucking trains. You live next to a train station. Your whole house is shaking and shit. Motherfuckers shooting off fireworks, yelling and screaming, parties and shit, all kinds of stupid, retarded shit, day in and day out. Diesel engines, motorcycles, just make fucking people. Oh, I love the sound of a Harley. Man, that shit sounds like garbage, bro. That loud ass fucking clunky piece of junk ass worthless fucking engine sounds like shit, man. Fuck these cars, bro. You like muscle cars? Fuck a muscle car, man. We're gonna have spiritual vehicles, alright? And it ain't gonna emit no damn pollution that's gonna poison the fucking air either. And Esau does it just because he wants to make money. That's why he burns fossil fuels, man. That's why all the fuel emission, all the different fuels, the oil, that shit's expendable, man. It burns up. It burns up and it turns into gas, man.